This is Michael Davis, H Black, and welcome to my review of WWE's Hell in a Cell 2020 right here on PW Hustle Dome. Now, I gotta say, when it comes to Monday Night Raw and their shithole of a 3 hour show, and SmackDown being, of course, the better show of the two, when it comes to those shows not being the best every week, the pay-per-views do deliver. And I think the Thunderdome does really made a difference between not having to have fans in attendance and having to doing the virtual experience thing. I like how they doing that stuff, bringing fans to attendance so soon, like AEW is doing, like NXT is doing, and those places have been getting outbreaks here and there, but the pay per views have been delivering for the most part. And tonight, Hell in a Cell was a pretty damn good show. I do say so myself, but a couple of outcomes I didn't appreciate. Kind of like the match between Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Now we gotta start with the main event first, even though the first match of the night should have been the main event, but I get to that in a little bit. But you have Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, Hell in a Cell, and it was a pretty decent matchup between these two. And I must say we were tired of this feud, having these guys face off 3 pay-per-views in a row, with the exception of Payback because Randy Orton fought Keith Lee. Um, this match, the outcome, we shouldn't be surprised. This is the outcome they should have gone with from the start. Not having Randy Orton, having the face Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam and at Clash of Champions. This was the route they gotta go with. Instead of have Randy Orton with the championship at SummerSlam or at Clash of Champions. That's just me. But you have Randy Orton, the new WWE champion, at being Drew McIntyre. At one point, the two were fighting on top of the cell, and Randy Orton threw Drew McIntyre off the edge of the cell, and he landed hard on the now table to the point that he was bleeding from the mouth. And you got Drew McIntyre going for a Claymore kick, Randy Orton duck out of the way and hit the RKO, and boom, that was it. Randy Orton becomes the 14th-time world champion, and just two championships away to tying Ric Flair and John Cena. But that's not gonna happen. Drew McIntyre as world champion, I give it, give it a solid A, not A plus, but A, because he came out here and did what he can do with the circumstances that he was facing, with no fans in attendance, uh, no there were no fans to get behind him at all, but except for the people that were watching at home, watching via social media. So I give him credit for doing that and just go out there and being the best champion he could be. So hopefully he can win that championship back. Hopefully it's not no experience or this one time thing, him being world champion, but because he did a good job at world champion in my opinion. So Drew McIntyre, you get A in my book. But next match I want to talk about is impromptu United States Championship match between Bobby Lashley and Slapjack from Retribution. Now, Mustafa Ali made the offer to MVP to have one of his members of her business face one of his members of Retribution. And why the fuck did you pick Slapjack? You had two big guys in Mace, aka Dean Madden, and T-Bar, aka Donovan Dickhead. Or you could have went out there and faced Bobby Lashley, but after what happened at the end of the match, I changed my mind. But yeah, Bobby Lashley went out there just destroying Slapjack. Slapjack, all these guys from West Houston, they get rid of their fucking match, because Slapjack in this match was adjusting his match the whole time, to the point that he missed the fucking drop kick in the corner. He missed it completely. I mean, you can't drop kick someone you can't fucking see. I mean, come on now. They need to get rid of the match. We already know who you are. I mean, we already know that Reckoning is me and yeah with the blue hair. We all know that Saint Thorn is Slapjack with the tattoo on his chest. We know that. We know that Mace is fucking Diamatic with the dreads. I mean, just get rid of the match. But anyway, Bobby Lashley wins with a Hurt Lock, tapping out Shane Thorne, Slapjack. Wesley Bridget come out and try to attack Bobby Lashley, but that didn't work out. They couldn't stop the Fiend, and they can't stop Bobby Lashley. And the rest of her business comes out trying to take out Wesley Bridget, but they all ran away. Mustafa Ali came in trying to act tough, but he called out and went like a little bitch. Can we just say that Retribution is just a joke at this point? I cannot take Retribution seriously right now. I tried, but I just can't. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't take him seriously. But Bobby Lashley is still your United States champion. Next match I want to talk about is the pointless match between Elias Sampson versus Jeff Hardy. Which why it was pointless. The match ended in DQ. Jeff Hardy hit Elias with a guitar, and Elias gets the DQ victory. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing this match on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, because that's probably what's gonna happen. But I digress on that. Next match is The Miz versus Otis for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, this past Friday night at SmackDown, you had Laura Otis and Miz and Morrison. Hey, no. And after seeing the B-list John Morrison tonight, Johnny Gimme Jones, yeah, that's a no for me. He looks like a naked sure rat. But I digress. Miz and Morrison trying to get the briefcase from Laura Otis with Judge JBL, and that didn't work out too well for Otis, because Miz bought out. Miz pretty much paid JBL to convince JBL to convince the Miz to convince Otis to put the Money in the Bank breakers on the line against him at Hell in a Cell, and that's what we hear. That's where we at right now. Miz, Otis, not really a good match, but you had Otis looking for a win, but out of nowhere, Tucker turned his back on Otis by hitting him with a Money in the Bank briefcase, and that's how Miz gets the Money in the Bank briefcase. He is your new Mr. Money in the Bank, and should we be surprised? I'm not surprised. I'm happy as a matter of fact, because Otis didn't won that Money in the Bank briefcase in the first place, because they did nothing with him, nothing. Because they traded his girlfriend to Wall, Manny Rose. They drafted his former best friend at this point, Tucker, to Wall. And Tucker's like, this guy has been, everybody loves Otis. They don't give a damn about me. Otis is nothing without me, and it's basically true, because Heavy Machinery is a popular tag team. It was a popular tag team, and without Otis, being alongside Tucker and vice versa, they just regular they just guys on the roster. I mean, just like Otis, he's a fan favorite, but without any fans in attendance, it's just another guy on the roster. And I'm curious to see what this plays out in the near future. But moving on, we have Sasha Banks versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship inside Hell in a Cell. The third time Sasha Banks has been in Hell in a Cell, and the first time you have Bayley competing in Hell in a Cell. She coming out with the Undertaker inspired look, the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker look. I get it. Undertaker celebrating his 30th anniversary next month at the Raw Series, which I believe they're still doing the whole Raw SmackDown entity showdown. But because I saw the logo on the bottom when the Raw commentary team were talking about it, and they still had the red, yellow, and blue logo on the bottom of it. So we might see entity be involved in Survivor Series again, like we did last year. But going back to the match between Sasha Banks and Bayley, it was a really good match. It just shows you that Sasha Banks' match between Charlotte was just a fluke. It just proves that being in the ring with Sasha Banks, being in the ring with Charlotte, and someone that hasn't really doesn't have that good chemistry, that good ring. She's not a good wrestler. That's what I'm trying to say. She's not a good wrestler in the ring, and not really a good worker. She's not better working than Bailey, not better working than Becky Lynch, and it's so here because Bailey and Sasha Banks went out there and just they went to war. They killed each other, and he has one point Sasha Banks doing the double knees to Charlotte, the double knees to Bailey, went on the outside on the side of the cell, and you have her do the sunset flip power bomb on Bailey on the cell, and it was a really good match between these two. Um, it, part of me wanted to say this match to WrestleMania or at Survivor Series or whatnot, but I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad the match happened either way, because this match should have been happening at SummerSlam, but COVID happened. But yeah, Bailey trying to go for a dive on the second rope, I believe, where Sasha Banks was laying on the ladder, and she misses, and Bailey trying to go for the Bailey belly, but Sasha Banks counters with his base statement, with Sasha Banks having the chair around the neck of Bailey while she had a base statement on Bailey, and Bailey had no choice but to tap out, and we have a new SmackDown Women's Champion in the boss, Sasha Banks, and I just hope that they have a lengthy reign with this championship, because I want Sasha Banks to have a long reign as champion. I don't care if it's a Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, NXT Champion. I don't care. This girl deserves to be a champion for like 4 months, for like 4, 5, 6 months, 7 months. Doesn't matter how long. This girl deserves it. She's been put through a lot of crap in WWE for far too long now. I think she's earned that opportunity to have that championship for a really long time. But another reason why they probably have her be champion, because she got to be on the Mandalorian, the second season of the Mandalorian, and you gotta have her be the champion so she can promote that the second season. That's my take on that. But let's get to the real main event of Hell in a Cell. Jey Uso, Roman Reigns. I Quit match for the U.S. Championship. Now you have Roman Reigns coming out with the Infinity Gauntlet like he's the fucking Thanos. Like, yeah, it wasn't cool when Seth Rollins did it, and it's not cool here when we did it. He probably wasn't really going with that. He probably doing that because he's tribal chief and he do whatever the fuck he wants because he's the head of the table, the boss, the tribal chief, whatever. But the match, this match right here, just proves that storytelling wins over flips and flippy doos and 1,000 super kicks and 1,000 V-triggers. This match was good based on the storytelling and also based on the brutality that not only Roman Reigns was showing, but Jey Uso as well. But overall, this match itself, the kind of consequences that Jey Uso got served if he loses was either fall in line and take orders for the tribal chief Roman Reigns, or if he didn't, then him, his brother, his children, his wives will be out of the Samoan family. And at one point in the match, you have Jey Uso on just knock unconscious, and Jimmy Uso had no choice but to come in there trying to help his brother out, and just trying to talk some sense into Roman Reigns. And you have at a point where Roman Reigns was crying in the middle of the ring, and you could tell that was just he was playing possum. He was faking it because he choked out Jimmy Uso to the point that Jey Uso had to quit. So he choked out Jimmy Uso, and that forces Jey Uso to quit, and that's just playing mind games to the highest level. That's heel set right there from Roman Reigns, and with that, with Jey saying I quit, Roman Reigns is still the Universal Champion, and he's still your tribal chief. And after the match, you have the Wild Samoans, Alpha Sika, presented him as the tribal chief of the family, and I don't know what's gonna happen with the whole Jey Uso situation. We gotta have more on the situation on SmackDown this week, and yeah, this match, this feud, this storyline, it gotta be the best, one of the best of the year, or the best of the year. Um, it's not the worst storyline out there. It's not like Seth Rollins versus the Mysterios. It's not like uh Andrade and Angel Garza versus Street Profits. It's not like Retribution versus WWE Creative. This is one of the best feuds, the best storylines of the year, and Roman Reigns is bringing light back to that Universal Championship. And heel or face, I gotta respect Roman Reigns to the fullest. This guy doing is this guy is he's doing great right now, and I'm glad he's the Universal Champion. I'm glad he's out there doing his heel set, and yeah, I gotta give up to Roman Reigns, man. You don't respect Roman Reigns, then just shut the fuck up, cause this guy doing a hell of a good job as a heel, and hell of a good job as a Universal Champion. This guy has been one of the best Universal Champions we had since Brock Lesnar. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's true. Roman Reigns actually is bringing light to that Universal Championship, and he's bringing lineage to that Universal Championship. And with that, I gotta say, what you guys thought about Hell in a Cell down below? To me, I gotta give it, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 7. I'm gonna give Hell in a Cell a 7 out of 10. Let me know down below what you think about Hell in a Cell in the comments. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, tap the bell on the YouTube bell. You don't miss any of my videos, and make sure you check out my Twitter video of WWE NXT on the PV Hustle official YouTube channel. I'll probably leave a link down in the description. But until then, I'm Michael Davis, Intro Black. I'm out.